everyone, this is Rachel Robinson with your WOD video for Friday, March 21st. And today I want to talk about your personal experience with product use. And I've heard quite a few wise people say that the more products you take, the more money you make. And I find that to be pretty much true because we use a lot of product. Anyone who has access to our reports can tell you that we make a lot of personal purchases because we have a lot of product going in our bodies every single day. Jason and I use the entire performance line, lots of trim and active and well products, just kind of across the board everything. Our kids love the raw bars and the meal replacement shakes and Rehydrate. So we've got a personal story with almost all of the products at this point. And what I find is that people have questions, and we don't want to answer and give them too much info. We want to use a success system, but, when someone just has a quick question about how a product works, we want to be able to give them a succinct, personal answer rather than vomiting Advocare on them, rather than quoting the scientists and giving them the rundown of the entire PsyMed board. We just really need a little nugget to give them. And I like to be real personal. I like to give my personal experience with the product because I feel like most of the time that's what people are looking for, is not necessarily a scientific explanation, more or less, what is this going to do for me? So I just want to go through a couple of the ones that I get pretty often. And one of those is, what does the cleanse do? So instead of going into the nitty-gritty about everything that's in the cleanse, when someone says, hey Rachel, what does the cleanse do? I say, well, I use the herbal cleanse every 90 days to help keep my body cleaned out and help keep everything working better, kind of like how I clean the lint filter on my dryer. That's it. I'm not going to go into much more detail than that unless someone, specifically requests it or anything like that. All of the information on what's in our products is readily and easily available online, and you are welcome to direct anyone to that. But most of the time, I think an answer like that will do the trick. So here's another good example. Someone asked me the other day about the VO2 Prime bars. All I remember in my mind is there's something about beets in there and the nitric oxide, and people don't want to know all that. So someone asked me the other day, what am I supposed to do with these VO2 Prime bars? And I said, well, the last time I ate a VO2 Prime bar an hour before I worked out, I ran twice the distance and length of time that I normally run. So I'll make it a point to eat them regularly now. They were happy. That was a great answer for them because they wanted to know how to use that in conjunction with their training. I didn't have to talk about beets, didn't have to talk about nitric oxide. All I knew is that I ran longer and I ran faster, and I did not want to get off that elliptical, and if y'all know me, that's a big deal. So another common question, what do you do after the 24-day challenge, Rachel? My answer is this. I stay on M&S and Spark year-round at a minimum just to help keep me feeling awesome and keep my weight maintained and under control. What you do is going to depend on what your goals are. So, truth be told, I take an entire pantry full of products, but I start right there because that's just what they need to know is going to keep them feeling awesome. Another common question I get, and I feel like I'm pretty well versed in the performance line of products because I literally use every single one of them almost every day. A lot of people ask me about nighttime recovery. So I don't even know what's in nighttime recovery. I had to ask Brandon Knife the other day. When someone says, what is this nighttime recovery good for? My answer is this. Well, I take it at night before I go to bed almost every day. And I work out really, really hard, and I wake up the next morning, not only am I not sore, but I'm able to go work out again. That's what they need to know about the nighttime recovery. So there are tons of these. I could probably talk forever and ever, but I've been going almost 5 minutes now, so I'm going to end it here. But I just definitely encourage you to come up with a one-sentence answer based on your personal experience about any product that you use. If you've only ever done the 24-day challenge, well, number one, you're missing out on some awesome products. But number two, that's all you'll ever be able to talk about to anyone. If you just know that you drink Spark every day and that's it, that's fine. That may be all you need to be feeling awesome. But one day, somebody's going to ask you why in the world they need to take a probiotic or what's all this stuff in M&S. And you really need to be prepared to give an answer to that. And especially, in closing, you especially need to be able to give an answer to that when you are in the position of a leader on a three-way call or at a 2-on-1 or something like that. You are sort of elevated on a little bit of a pedestal at that point. Your job is to be able to answer questions because that's not your prospect necessarily that we're talking about. So you need to be ready to answer, a 1-sentence short blurb about almost any of these products. Obviously, you can't take every single one of them, but the more products you take, the more products you know about, the more money you make in the end. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see you next time.